Hey everybody, I know it's been a while. We've got Mr. Chris's 1992 Dodge D150 with a 318. Intermittent dying issue, would run great, then die. So we've done a lot of different troubleshooting and stuff like that. Full tune-up. There's a service bulletin to reset the distributor that came out from the factory. We did that. It ran a lot better, but still would intermittently die. So we've gone now, bear with me for a second. We've gone now to the fuel pump, and we're looking at that. So just a couple quick tips there. Here is the old fuel pump with its line. That actually, you can see the line there, and then you can see the pump down inside of there. This assembly is designed so that it will move. If something hits the bottom of the tank or something, you're not actually going to damage that. So we replaced the pump. The strainer was actually pretty gross. Comes with a new one of those. And then it comes with this old-fashioned carburetor looking type of filter on it as well, which that actually gets replaced with this. I'll call it a sock. I know it's not a sock. Don't flame me on that, but it's a strainer. This also had not a reliable fuel gauge. It would jump. And these contacts here, if I can get him to focus, they were pretty corroded and kind of nasty looking. So you can see now I've got them cleaned up well, and I use an analog meter and just test that as it goes up and down, and got it working really well. So yeah, so that's where we're at now. Comes with a new seal for the tank, which I'll replace that one on there. And then something that I started doing quite a while back is if I replace the fuel pump, I go ahead and do the relays too, because generally there's usually one or two. They're generally pretty cheap, and it's just a good idea to replace them because they will go out from time to time too. And if it's a fuel injected vehicle and your fuel pump or the relay goes out, it'll leave you stranded. So we're going to get this bad boy installed, and then we'll go over getting it connected underneath. Alright everybody, so I meant to video this when I had it down a little bit, but so here's all your sending unit and all of that. There's the connector that you would disconnect, and then there's 3 lines. Try and get it to focus for you a little bit. You can see the one on the left there, and then the one over the top, and then there's another one behind the one on the left, so that you disconnect those. I was trying to figure out how to get those disconnected. Everything that I saw online, all the guys just cut them and dealt with it later. Well, the one on the left there that you see, there's a little plastic keeper. You can kind of see it there. That you can pull that out with a flat tip screwdriver. It'll come all the way out. Maybe spray a little PB blaster up inside that tube and turn it, and then wiggle it, and it'll come off. And then the one behind it is kind of like a push lock fitting, and you can look that up if you want, but it's got a part that sticks out. You push that in with a flat tip screwdriver, and then you can work the line off. And then this one up here, there's no clamp or anything on it, and it just pulls right off. So that's how you get those loose. Now, bear with me here for a second. Show you how to get this tank actually unbolted. So pull your fuel filter off, just that bolt right there, and let it dangle. Up inside of there, you can see that nut. Pull that nut off, and it'll take the clamp off. And then, again, bear with me here. Here's the other side. And this clamp, this piece here has an opening in the back side. So once you get this strap loose, you can just push this in and it'll pop out of its little keeper. Now the front strap is a little bit more difficult. Also, I took the drive shaft off. Just gave me a little more room. It's only 4 bolts. Make sure you block the wheels. So for the front, you've got this nut right here. So take that off. This strap goes over the top of the tank, and that's the other part of the strap. Now what I did is I just twisted this tab a little bit, and it'll come right out of there. Now the tricky part for this guy is this angle bracket here. So there's 2 nuts on these bolts. Now the catch is that on the other side of the frame here, there's nothing holding those bolts in place. They free spin. So let me get a little, see if I can get a little better picture for you, but I have drilled these. Maybe this one will show a little better. There you can kind of see it. But I've drilled those. And I went and grabbed my organizer that has all my bits in it, and I grabbed a square drive that I could tap in there lightly with a hammer, and then because all of those bits are quarter inch, I just grabbed a 1/4 inch wrench and held the bolt, and then spun the knot off with a 9/16 wrench. So that's how I went about doing that. So as far as the tubes, you can get the fill tube out with the tank in there. That's probably the easiest way to do it. And then you can actually, let's see, can we get you a better view of the lines here? You can actually have the tank down just a little bit to work on these lines. So yeah, there's another shot of those lines. And that's the line I was telling you on the back side that had the push lock to it. So, but yeah, I mean, all we've got left now is we'll put the rest of the fill tube in. Obviously it goes up into there, and get our vent tube put on, and we'll be all set.